Today we're going to look at the Co-op in Hillsborough. The Co-op in Hillsborough and in Sheffield has been an institution for many, many years and is a familiar name on the high street up and down the country. In January we were very much saddened to hear that the Co-op had decided to pull the plug on services in the shop apart from food and the post office. It was a major blow to Hillsborough and across the city where it was happening in other places. We were further saddened to hear at the start of March that the Co-op had now put the site itself up for sale for some £4 million. So what is it that you as a trader most appreciate about the Co-op in Hillsborough?
Well, it's a big attraction to bring people in. A lot of people come and do a weekly shop there, once, twice a week, and as they're coming in there they're picking up bits and pieces from other shops like myself that you can't get at the Co-op. If the Co-op is not there, they're going to do the weekly shop somewhere else. We already lost Quick Save and we noticed a drop in trade then. To lose Co-op, there's no other major shop in the main Hillsborough centre for them to do a food shop.
Would you be your biggest fear about the fact that the Co-op might be moving out?
That there would be nothing comparable to replace it. The post office would probably eventually move, and we'd end up with an empty building for years. Or, I mean, even if they converted it into different units, there's so many empty units around anyway, they'd have problems filling them. It'll leave a big hole in the Hillsborough shopping area.
And what about your biggest hope? What would you like to see go in there? What would you like to see replace it?
Some other major shop, some other major chain, such as like Wilkinson's, or another big food shop like Netto or Aldi, something that's a big weekly shop for people to go to, or even with some franchises around the outside and smaller units, but some main attraction going in there as a shop.
And presumably the post office as well.
And the post office.
What do you think then about the effect of the rundown of the Co-op in Hillsborough? What effect is it going to have on your business?
Well, I think it will have an effect because obviously it's a big building and it obviously brings people out, especially for the post office, and there's lots of little sort of Burton's and Edinburgh Wool and food in there, so it will really need something in there to replace it. And if it does close up, it will be another boarded shop on Hillsborough. It's already enough boarded up shops.
What would you want to see replacing it?
Probably maybe something similar, maybe some department store or something like that, on them lines.
It's a community, this. People come from all, Stannington, Loxley, everywhere, do a bit of shopping. When they took that supermarket, I've got a place in Precinct as well. When they closed that down, that's done us a lot of damage because people used to go in, a packet of cigarettes, bottle of milk, sugar, whatever, passing trade. If this goes, you're going to get no passing trade. We're losing trade now in Hillsborough because you cannot get in anywhere. So people that do come's made an effort to get here. If you lose this, people will stay on the bottom road, Penistone Road, go straight through to Morrison's, and Hillsborough will totally be bypassed altogether. You don't have to come into Hillsborough anymore to pay any bills like you used to be able to pay your bills, your gas, your electric. So you've lost all that sort of trade. So
the worst thing is just to be the only one that's doing an item, because there's no choice for the customers, and Hillsborough area generally is a big enough area and it should have the Co-op there. There's no way that it should be empty. Obviously don't want is just another food hall type of supermarket. It needs to be more across the board, without a doubt. And also the post office has got to remain in the area, because people don't want to be travelling too far. I know most of the pensions and everything are paid direct into the bank, but there's still a big need for the post office. That is essential.
What effect on trade do you think the Co-op's going to have in terms of if it goes?
That'll just be the last supermarket sort of gone. I mean, that on top of Quick Save going, it's just another death now for the area. We've avoided the tram gate because it's too difficult, and that's it. Yeah. I can just see this area going sort of further down and down.
if they do go, what would you want to see it replaced with?
Got to be another supermarket. You know, we've got to have somewhere for people to get the basic, you know, sort of shopping needs, and then they can go, you know, to the butchers, to the pet shop, to the fish shop, or whatever, to get the specialised bits. But we've got to have another supermarket in. Like Home Bargains was just a poor substitute for quick saves going. So that's it in a nutshell. But until that's sorted out, as I say, it's just going to keep on going down.
I think the risk is that this really crucial magnet for people coming into the centre will actually reduce, obviously, the volume of pedestrian and people traffic, and that is obviously a disaster for as a whole and for other traders. I think, however, we've really got to actually do something pretty profound about that, rather than taking it as a given. So campaigning to keep the co-op is the first and most essential aspect, and secondly, if it does go, to make sure that we get something in its place that is really valuable and plays the same role.
So if the co-op did go, what would you like to see replace it?
Well, I think we need something that has that kind of magnetic volume of traffic. We need something that is big enough to actually ensure that this centre, which is a big shopping centre and a really crucial part of the generation and regeneration of the whole Hillsborough area and the upper Don Valley, actually is there in its place. And I think to do that, we need optimism. We need all the existing traders. We need those committed to and connected with Hillsborough to show the kind of vision and motivation that would attract people to come and say, this is a vibrant, this is a living centre that is on the up and up. And what we mustn't do is talk it down, because the minute we do, then we'll end up with the kind of outlets that result in empty premises, in reduced people traffic, and in people going elsewhere.